Although Fantastic Beasts 4 was always intended to be the fourth film in the series, Warner Bros. Has yet to announce it formally. Of course, that was before all the behind-the-scenes concerns, such as Johnny Depp's recasting and the criticism of Rowling's tweets regarding gender. As the lowest-grossing Harry Potter film ever with $405 million worldwide, The Secrets of Dumbledore was also before the series' box office fortunes began to tank. After combining with Discovery in April 2022, Warner Bros. Has also undergone a number of adjustments. As a result, the studios are refocusing on exclusive theatrical releases, canceling already shot films as well as additional projects that were planned. Despite all of this, the fate of the Fantastic Beasts series is still up in the air, while a fourth film hasn't been completely ruled out either. There's a good chance the new Warner Bros. Discovery executives will decide to keep a well-established franchise, despite the declining box receipts. Will the upcoming 2 films in the series be released when initially anticipated? Your guess is as good as ours, but as of September 2022, no firm announcement regarding the series' future had been made. Here is all the information you need to know about the next Fantastic Beasts film, should it materialize. Fantastic Beasts 4 potential release date. When will Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5 be released? Fantastic Beasts 4 and Fantastic Beasts 5 have no official release date as of yet, so we can only assume. The Secrets of Dumbledore finally hit theaters in April 2022, some 4 years after the sequel, following a number of delays. Since the continuing global epidemic had an impact on its filming, a significant portion of the delay was beyond their control. The first 2 films were released in November 2016 and November 2018, and we had initially expected the 4th and 5th films would follow in November 2022 and November 2024. Naturally, this won't be the case any longer, but if a 4th film is made, perhaps we can anticipate a shorter wait. However, it's likely that you'll still have to wait until 2024 at the earliest. Producer David Heyman confirmed that the 4th movie's script has not yet been written in February 2022. We can't really guess when Fantastic Beasts 5 will be released because that depends on when the 4th film is released. However, unless they shoot simultaneously, we might have to wait until 2026. Fantastic Beasts forecast. Who's coming back for Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5? If you haven't seen Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, then warning, spoilers ahead. Although the 4th film's cast hasn't been confirmed, all of its important players made it through the 3rd film's events, and thus if it does get made, you may anticipate the following outcomes. Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander, Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore, Mads Mikkelsen as Gellert Grindelwald, Dan Fogler as Jacob Kowalski, Alison Sudol as Queenie Goldstein, Callum Turner as Theseus Scamander, Jessica Williams as Professor Eulalie Lally Hicks, William Nadalem as Yusuf Kama, Victoria Yeats as Bunty Brodecker, Credence Barebone, played by Ezra Miller, faces an uncertain future. Though he is Aberforth's son and not Albus, it was established in the 3rd film that he is a Dumbledore. Aberforth brings him back to his house at the end of the movie, but it later turns out that he is also gradually dying from the obscurus inside of him. He'll probably pass away off-screen, but we could see him make a cameo in the subsequent film. Tina Goldstein, played by Catherine Waterston, played a significant role in the first 2 films but only appeared briefly in The Secrets of Dumbledore. Now that Tina is in charge of the American Horror Office, she is extremely busy. Tina might have more to do in the following film, but it isn't a given. She won't be entirely absent because it is canon that Tina and Newt do get married in the end. Could a 4th Harry Potter film feature some of our favorite characters? Fogler didn't deny the rumors that we would see a younger Hagrid at some point prior to the release of the 3rd film. All of the films in the series will be overseen by Fantastic Beasts, and we're to find them director David Yates, who also oversaw the final 4 Harry Potter motion pictures. Yates was joined by another former star of the Harry Potter prequel series in the 3rd Fantastic Beasts film. The 3rd film was written by Rowling and Steve Kloves, who created the screenplays for 7 of the 8 Harry Potter films. If the 4th movie does materialize, Kloves may or may not return. Nonetheless, we would hope that he does. Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5 plot. How will Fantastic Beasts end? The Secrets of Dumbledore doesn't finish on a cliffhanger and sums up the main narrative themes, unlike The Crimes of Grindelwald. As already mentioned, Credence is shown to be a Dumbledore, and the long-held Harry Potter fan idea that Ariana, the sister of Albus and Aberforth, was an Obscurial like Credence is also confirmed. The blood contract between Dumbledore and Grindelwald is shattered in the conclusion when Grindelwald tries to murder Credence for betraying him. Without considering Grindelwald or how their spells collided breached the contract, Dumbledore defends Credence. The scene is set for their famous duel, which will take place in the future and which is known from the Harry Potter canon. According to Rowling, the films will span 19 years of the wizarding world's history. That brings the final one to 1945, when Dumbledore vanquished Grindelwald and took the Elder Wand from him. That same year, a certain Tom Riddle, who would later become Voldemort, graduated from Hogwarts. Given everything, it becomes doubtful that the 5th film won't include the pivotal conflict between Dumbledore and his old friend. Along with Voldemort's birth, those 19 years also include the events leading up to the construction of his first Horcruxes. Less is known about Newt's and the other Fantastic Beasts characters' activities at that time. Therefore, should the 4th and 5th movies take place, they may be doing anything. At the conclusion of The Secrets of Dumbledore, Queenie and Jacob get married, so perhaps they'll use it as an opportunity to move on from their current situation. Fantastic Beasts 4 trailer. Any Fantastic Beasts 4 footage yet? You'll have to wait. Unfortunately, this Fantastic Beasts 4 filming hasn't started yet, so it will be some time before we see a trailer, assuming that is, if the movie gets made. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.